Welcome back onto the centrifugal pump training course. In this program, you will learn about assembling a Sulzer type HPL multi-stage pump. Please refer to task number 4 in your workbook for supplementary information and for procedural instructions. The reassembly process begins by assembling each of the stage cases. All receive exactly the same treatment. First, the large wear ring is installed and the screws firmly tightened. Note that anti-seize compound is used on all slip and press fitted parts. Install the overflow piece, ensuring the spigot is located. Secure the overflow piece with 4 machine screws. The small wear ring is now fitted. It too must be firmly secured with machine screws. Now the diffuser can be pushed onto the overflow piece. Finally, clean all the contact surfaces. We now turn our attention to the suction casing, which has had its large wear ring fitted as explained in the stage units. Ensure that the suction casing is secured on flat guide rails and firmly clamped. The neck bush can now be installed. Remember to apply some anti-seize before fitting. Carefully knock the bush into position using a soft drift or suitable dolly. Next, we suggest that both bearing brackets be reassembled. Be sure to replace the oil rings as you fit the bearing liners. Note the locating ball in the NDE liner. Make sure it aligns into the bracket recess when you tap the bearing home. Replace the drive end gland follower. The drive end bracket is next installed. Tighten the mounting fasteners securely and evenly around the circumference. Lift the oil ring and lay it onto the bearing liner to provide access for the shaft. Before the shaft is fitted, we first perform a trial assembly of the shaft components. All impellers, the balance disc and the threaded sleeve are assembled onto the shaft. Check for runout at the midpoint, which should not exceed the specified limits. The dismantled shaft can next be fitted together with the drive end and shaft sleeve, not forgetting to fit the relevant feather keys for the first stage impeller. The shaft is now carefully installed into the suction casing. Have an assistant to help guide the shaft and also to fit the flinger. Fit a new O-ring to the suction case facing and oil the shaft. The first impeller can next be installed, but remember to apply anti-seize to the wear ring surfaces. Then, carefully align the impeller to the keys before sliding it into position. Fit the next set of impeller keys. And then carefully slide and align the first stage unit into position against the suction housing. Repeat the procedure for each successive stage unit, that is, fitting new O-rings, impellers and casings, until the dummy stage has been reached. Install the large dummy bush or hydraulic sleeve and the shaft bush. The last stage unit is next positioned and the final O-ring fitted. Install the last impeller with its relevant keys. We turn now to the delivery casing, which is cleaned up and prepared prior to final assembly. Fit a new O-ring seal to the counter disc. This will be fitted next. Apply anti-seize to the mating surfaces and secure the 4 set screws firmly. The delivery casing is now ready for installation. Carefully slide it into position with the main pump assembly. Fit the tie bolts at this time. Ensure that they are each firmly secured and tightened in a star or staggered sequence to ensure that the stages are pulled up evenly. After the break, we shall continue with assembly procedures.